All right, welcome. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating world of Islamic dream interpretation. And we're going to focus on a symbol that, well, let's just say it's one most of us would probably try to forget we even dreamed about.
You know the feeling, right? You wake up from a dream that was so vivid, so weird, that it just sticks with you all day long. You're left wondering, what on earth was that all about? Most of the time we just shrug it off. But what if even the strangest, most unsettling symbols actually held a much deeper message?
Okay, here it is. It might sound bizarre, maybe even a little gross, but in this ancient tradition of dream analysis, poop is a symbol that is absolutely packed with meaning, both spiritual and material. So let's just get past that initial yuck factor and actually explore what it could be trying to tell us. The thing is, according to this school of thought, a dream like this is never, ever meaningless. It's actually seen as a potentially serious sign from your subconscious. It could be pointing to hidden problems, a need for some spiritual cleansing, or even giving you a heads up about your finances. It's a call to pay attention.
And this is where our everyday ideas about this stuff get turned completely on their head. The core idea behind this symbol isn't what you'd think. It's not about filth or waste. It's about release. It's about relief.
This quote here is from Muhammad ibn Sirin, who was a medieval scholar, basically one of the pioneers of Islamic dream interpretation. And this idea gets right to the heart of it. The act of, going to the bathroom in a dream is seen as the body and, by extension, the soul getting rid of something negative. We're talking sorrow, worries, burdens, all of it. And he wasn't the only one who thought this. What's so interesting is that you see this agreement between two major scholars, Imam Jafar al-Sadiq and Ibn Sirin. They both land on this central theme of relief. And it's not just about feelings. They also connect it to real-world relief, like making money or finally paying off your debts. The main idea is always about resolution.
But, and this is a really big but, it's not always a good sign. That positive meaning can completely flip depending on the context of the dream. To really get what it's saying, the details are absolutely everything. So, the first and probably the most important factor you have to look at is where this is all happening. This one little detail can change the entire meaning of the dream, taking it from a positive sign of relief to a really serious warning. This comparison shows that core difference perfectly. If the dream happens in a private, appropriate place, like a bathroom, it sticks with that positive theme of relief from burdens. But if it happens out in public, it means the total opposite: humiliation, losing your dignity, and having your secrets exposed for everyone to see. And this idea gets even more specific depending on the location. In your bed, that points directly to problems at home or in your marriage. In a holy place, like a mosque, it's seen as a major spiritual red flag for hypocrisy. And in a river, even the state of the water makes a difference. Flowing water is good, it means purification. Stagnant water, though, that could suggest some hidden guilt.
Okay, so for some of these next interpretations, we need to know a key concept from Islamic law: haram. It's an Arabic word that means anything that's forbidden or unlawful. And in the context of these dreams, it often has to do with how you're making your money.
So certain dream scenarios are seen as direct warnings about getting involved in haram activities. For instance, seeing poop on your clothes suggests that you've been tainted by unlawful money. And as graphic as they sound, dreaming of blood or even eating it are interpreted as very strong signs that you're earning or consuming wealth from a forbidden source.
So, we've talked about the where, but what you're actually doing in the dream is just as important. The specific action you take can totally reframe the symbol's message for you when you wake up.
And look at this powerful contrast. If you're actively cleaning up the mess, that's seen as a really positive sign. It symbolizes that you want to repent, to purify yourself. But hiding it? Well, that points to concealment. You're either hiding a secret sin you're ashamed of, or maybe even hiding wealth.
And other actions have their own specific meanings too. Constipation is seen as a kind of spiritual blockage, like you're holding in guilt. Diarrhea can symbolize a lack of control, especially with your spending. And then there's pooping worms, which, as awful as that sounds, is actually interpreted as a great sign of purification. You're finally expelling toxic people or bad habits from your life.
And if you thought it couldn't get any more specific, get this. The tradition even breaks down the meaning of different animal droppings. And what's wild is that they're almost all seen as positive signs of financial gain. From the prosperity of cow or horse manure to the lasting wealth connected to a dog, it's almost like a guide to potential good fortune.
Okay, so we've looked at the location, the action, even the source of it all.
What does this all add up to? What is the core message here? And why does this seemingly gross symbol carry so much weight?
This right here is the key insight. The interpretation asks you to stop thinking about the object itself and start thinking about the process. It's a powerful metaphor for expulsion. The real question the dream is posing is, what are you getting rid of?
So let's sum up this whole interpretive framework. First, a symbol we see as universally negative can actually mean something really positive, like relief. Second, context is king. The meaning is never set in stone. And finally, the symbol really just represents the act of expelling something from your life. And that something could be a burden, like worry, something material, like wealth, something spiritual, like sin, or even a harmful person.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? Here's this deep, complex system of meaning, all built around something that most of us would dismiss immediately. And it kind of leaves us with one final question to ponder. What other simple, everyday things in our lives might be seen with profound significance through a totally different cultural lens?